Hello, so you're first going to want to start by opening the Instagram app, and this is mine. So then it comes up with your feed. This is just your normal feed. Mine's a lot of fitness, so just ignore that. And then up here, that's moving right here, are your stories. So you can just click on them and it'll show somebody's story. And then to make one of your own, you slide this way, and then this is the video. But you can do, this one is create, meaning that you can just hit the photo button and type something, and then you can change the font to whatever you'd like. You can even add backgrounds, like using this one up here. This even animates it, so it'll type out. And then you can go left, right, middle, centered, or you can change the color of the font by clicking this thing up here that's moving. Once you got everything good, you hit done, and then you can either put this wherever, you can drag it to disappear to the trash can if you want to throw it away, or you can leave it. This down arrow that is right here next to the color is the one you're going to use to save. The one that looks like a link is going to be if you want to use a IGTV video, link, or anything of the like. This little face with a square is how you add different effects. You can add a location tag. It'll search nearby, so you can put like Grand Haven, move it around, make it big, small. You can even tap it and it'll turn different colors. And then you can go back to that and click on hashtags, or this is how you would do a poll. So you like ask a question, and then you can change these to like summer or fall, depending on what you would like. And you can move this around. You can add like an actual question up here, but like which is better. It's totally up to you. Or you can do this thing, which is like you can ask a question, like I like winter. You can change it. So like they'd say, they could slide this little toggle, so they could say, yes, I really like it, or no, I don't. Another thing you can do is a quiz. So you can say anything you'd like guess my favorite color, or you can use this dice thing and it'll change to different random ones that if you can't think of anything, but normally you'd gear this towards yourself or what you're promoting or your business of the sort, and then you just add different options. You can add multiple after this, and then you can select which one will be correct by selecting the actual letter. And then you can also add different questions. You can ask your followers what they would like to know. This is more used to get to know your followers, or ask for recommendations or anything of the like. You can also use this thing up here to change the color. So you'd like to change the color to make sure that it's more on brand for what you would like. Then there's this little squiggle at the top that you can draw whatever you'd like. And then you just change the type. You can like do a highlighter. This is more like see-through. This one's like a weird little, but you just change what you'd like. This one's more glowy. And you can undo all of this. There's an eraser too, so if you like draw a bunch of stuff, you can click the eraser and just go through it. This is how you adjust size for everything on the left-hand side. And then when you're done, you just hit done. To do text, you either just tap on the screen and type something, or you can use the little A on the upper right and change the font. Once you're satisfied, you hit send to in the bottom right, and then you can share it to your story. And once you hit share, it will go to your story or the Facebook. You can have it like add to Facebook story too. But we're not going to post that right now, so we're just going to hit discard. Another one is the boomerang, which is the infinity symbol. You just press and hold this and it does something. So this is what it's going to look like. And then you can do the same effects, but this one you also have the option to click on the infinity symbol, and you can like shorten it. You can make it longer. You can do slow-mo, echo. You can do all these different effects to your liking, and then you just hit done. Add your tags, caption, whatever you'd like, and it's the same. You just send it. And then another thing is the layout, which is like you can do multiple pictures like this. Then here's an example. And then you can do the same sort of thing, but people do it with like products or different, whatever they would like. And then there's the super zoom, which will pretty much just zoom in on a face and will show like hearts or fire or these different options. Then there's hands-free, which you can click on it to record, and then it'll keep going and you don't have to hold on to it. And then you just hit the stop button, and that goes up to 60 seconds. You just hit the little X to get out of there, and then these are different filters too at the bottom. And then you hit the bottom right to go and switch it to you, or you can swipe up, and then these are different photos. So you can like click on a photo and move it around. You can make it big, you can make it small, but you have to use 2 fingers to move it around. You can't just drag it with 1 finger because it'll bring up this. All right, now that we've discussed stories, we'll go back to our feed. We'll change the picture. Okay, and then the top menu, there's this little plus sign, and this is how you do a new post. So these right here are your images that you can select, and then you can also select multiple, so then you can select up to 10. And then you hit next, and you can long press, like press down hard, and then you can move the order. And if you don't like them, you just drag it to the middle and down. Once you're satisfied, you hit next, and then this is where you create your caption, and you add your hashtags. You can tag people by clicking on the place, and you can just pick somebody, but it has to be relevant. So like if somebody's in it or if they have something to do with it. There's your location tags, and then your Facebook, as well as the advanced settings. So if you go to the advanced settings, you can change your preferences on Facebook. So you can change it to, this one will automatically share it, but you can also do, like turn off your commenting, all that kind of stuff, and do the privacy on certain accounts. So if it only shows as just you on your Facebook, this is where you would change it. Then once you're satisfied, you hit share. And another thing is you can click on this and scroll through to see them instead of like hitting the back arrow. But you can also hit the back arrow twice, and it'll say discard or save draft. And if you save the draft, it will save right here. So above the photos, so then you can just click on this and hit next, and it'll go right to post it if you would like. So you can batch create a bunch of things ahead of time. And then here, there is the heart on the upper right-hand corner too, and this is your activity. So this is if somebody's liked a photo, if they've followed you, if they've commented. This is where you want to check every day to make sure that you're not missing anything and that you comment back to people. And then this little thing in the top right-hand corner is your messenger. So these are like different messages. And then mine has primary and general, so it changes from like people that I follow as well. And then this general is people I do not follow, but they follow me. And then you also have your requests. And then if you click on them, you can hit on the bottom, it'll say block, delete, or accept. So those are mostly people that you don't follow, and they kind of follow you. It just depends on how your settings are. Then if you go back to this, you have the hourglass in the bottom, which is your explore page. So mine's going to be all fitness since that's what mine shows. And then the bigger ones are the reels, which we'll get into in a minute. And then these are all accounts that I do not currently follow, but they're similar. And then you can also search up here for like the top ones, what's trending, different accounts. These are like recent ones that I've looked at, but you can also see like all of them, or you can just type in if you're looking for someone in particular. Tags, these are different hashtags, so you can even do like Grand Haven or Grand Canyon, the one that comes up, and it'll show you all of these. And then another thing is places. You can do Grand Rapids, and these are all going to be tagged there. So this is how you get seen and why it's important to tag location and tags in yours. Then this one in the very middle is your reels, which these are all just different short videos that are basically similar to what you engage with, and then you just can scroll through. You can double click to like it, you can hit that little comment button to comment and then share it, which we'll go back to that because I missed that on the first one. So we'll actually do that right now. So if I wanted to like this post, I double click. If I want to save it, I press this little thing in the right, but we're not going to do that. We'll come back and show that. To comment, you press on the comment button, or it says add a comment right here. And then to send it or put it in my story, which is to share it, you hit the little airplane. And it goes add post to your story, and it'll show up here, and then it's just like a normal story. And then this is the shop in the second to the right on the bottom. These are just different shops that people can set up so you can buy directly from Instagram instead of, so like a lot of online boutiques will use this. And then the bottom right is your profile. So you can also see your stories here. And then the posts, your bio, all of your photos. These are like reels if you've done them. This is Instagram TVs, and then these are all ones that you're tagged in. These about me, all these different bubbles are highlights. So then if you don't have any, it'll just show this new plus button. You hit the plus. It'll show stories that you have posted in the past. And then you just select all of them. So if I wanted to do one on polls, I would select all these, hit next. And then you can edit cover. So then there's all of these pictures, or you can hit the little icon right there. You tap on that and you can add a photo. Then you hit done, and then you can add the cover, the name, and then you just hit add. And it'll show up as one of these. I like to keep all of mine like similar style just to make it more cohesive. And then to edit your profile, you click on edit profile. This is your name. This is where you can change your categories, your website, everything, and then change your photo, and then hit done once you're satisfied. You can also check your insights. So this is like your posts and how well they have done, how many people have seen it, your activity, so like your reach, interactions, all that stuff, as well as your audience. So this is helpful to find out like where they are, their age range, like if they're men or women. And this on the bottom also helps find out when to post. So like it'll tell you like how many people are active at these different times for hours or days. And then this little plus up here on the upper right is how you make a post. You can do stories, add a story highlight, add the IGTV, reels, or a guide. The guide is for a later series that I will go on. And then the upper right, these three lines where you can do settings, archived stuff. So this is all the posts that you've ever made will be here if it loads. And then this calendar one is you can show it like based on which day you post. So if you remember which day you posted stuff, or if you look at your content calendar, this is where you'll be able to just click on each day instead of just scroll through this forever. And then there's also like your settings, and this is how you do like your privacy and your account and all that sort of stuff. And then your saved right here is like all the posts that you've saved. So I made a folder that's all travel photos, and these are places that like I would want to go. So they just save right there so you can come back to them. And then that is pretty much it. The other things you'll have to just mess around with and get more familiar with your page. This you click on if you have more, like your name at the very top left, if you have another account, and this is how you toggle between accounts. So like my inspired moments will go to this. And then to go back, and then just home.